what goes on behind the scene. We'll also be hearing about Celebration Day, the brand new Led Zeppelin film which came out tonight. Hearing a review from the Tight But Loose editor Dave Lewis, the fanzine for the band, and also from Hugh Manson, who was one of the technicians on the night at the O2 Arena. Will be telling us what it was like to walk on stage during that momentous concert. All that to come, plus reviews of other movies too, from around about 10:30 onwards. The second encore at the O2 Arena. That was rock and roll. On the night, I was lucky enough to broadcast a radio programme from the arena that evening. Dave Lewis was a guest on the programme. But a part of the show, in many respects, was Hugh Manson, who is somebody who makes guitars to the rich and famous, like John Paul Jones from Led Zeppelin. He's also John Paul Jones' close associate in technical terms. I caught up with Hugh after tonight's screening of Celebration Day.
Vic Morgan.
Now, we've just seen Celebration Day by Led Zeppelin, and sneaking on one or two times during the film was Hugh Manson. I saw you sneaking on the side there with a couple of guitars. You were there that night, weren't you?
I was. Yes. It was a lot easier tonight than that night.
What do you remember of it? I mean, I know everybody was pretty tense beforehand, weren't they?
It was horrendous, yes. It was very difficult. Sorry about my voice. I've got some weird croaky thing going on. My voice is broken. No, it was very stressful on the night for technicians anyway. We had a lot of technical problems before the show, but luckily everything worked perfectly throughout.
What did you think of the sound on the film? If I remember rightly, the beginning wasn't so great, but they've done a great job, haven't they?
Yeah, I thought the first two or three songs were still a bit weird, but also at this cinema, I felt it could have been a lot louder. But
exactly what I thought.
I think they were just playing it like they were playing any film. And this was a musical event; it needed to be several decibels louder.
I wanted my ears punched out tonight, didn't you?
Yeah. It lacked the bass. I don't know whether they got a sub-bass speaker in there, but you couldn't really feel the bass.
Having said that, I thought the visuals of your bass guitars were rather good. You must have been very pleased.
Oh, yeah, it's all good, yeah. Let's hope the phone starts ringing.
They did look pretty spectacular, though, didn't they?
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, I built some of those especially for that show, so that was quite good, yeah.
And in terms of the concert, I mean, it's looked upon as an iconic event now. Having seen the film, having been there, having experienced it, how do you view it now, 5 years later?
How do I view it? I'm glad they brought the film out. I think it's... I was very worried that it wasn't going to happen and the whole event would be forgotten. And it was such a shame that only, 18,000 people actually got to see it when, 20 million people wanted to. So I think it's great now that people can go and see it, buy the DVD, whatever,
Because there was talk at the time of them not bringing out any film of it, wasn't there?
Oh, God, there's been talk about every aspect of every angle, and there always is, Led Zeppelin world's a whole other world.
I'm not going to ask you that question, because that would be unfair to ask you
I don't know the answer anyway.
But are you out working with John anytime soon?
I think the next thing we've got is something with Robin Hitchcock at the Albert Hall in December, which is some sort of charity event. I did a show with him with Brian May and Alice Cooper and... who's the airline pilot singer?
Bruce Dickinson.
Bruce, he's so funny. We did a show at the Albert Hall, funny enough, just recently. That was fun. And a few things before that, lots of stuff with C6 Steve. Did a whole summer, 18 months on the road with him. It was great. Good fun.
And as a film, if you aren't a Zeppelin fan, if you aren't into the music, how would you view that? It's difficult, isn't it, if you're enthusiastic about the music, to actually take a step back. But visually, as a
you
film,
should ask my 15-year-old son, who I brought with me tonight. But he kind of is a Zeppelin fan in some ways. But I don't know. It's hard to answer. I like... describe myself as an archetypal fan, but I really love what they do, and I don't know, I'm not sure. I don't know how people would view it. I don't see how anyone could leave and say, God, they were awful. No. I mean, it was a hell of a gig.
It was
and they all played brilliantly, and Jason filled his dad's boots he brilliantly.
Was, if I might put it like this, the star of the show in many respects, wasn't it? Because, there was a lot of pressure on him. But
everyone expecting him to mess up, so it was great that he didn't. I mean, at rehearsals, he was amazing. He was like a encyclopedia of the history. You know, we used to sit there and he used to go, "Now, would you like? Should we do it like they did it in Boston, or should we do it like they did it there?" And everyone would go, "Oh, just do it like they did it. We did it on the album." He knew every little inch of every little bootleg that's ever come out. You know. And he was invaluable at
those moments when you came on the stage. Can you remember that now, or is it all just a blur on the night?
I don't remember any of it. It was like 4 minutes. The gig was 4 minutes long for me, and it was over before it started. You know, it was very strange. But I remember at the end of it having a nice cold beer.
Well, you go and have another one now.
I
and
will.
lubricate that throat.
In my throat, yeah.
And we'll be back to you very soon to talk about a guitar show which is coming.
Oh yeah,
up.
that's
Yes,
right.
yes.
That's great.
So we'll see you soon.
Thanks a lot.
Hugh Manson, guitar technician to the rich and famous, including John Paul Jones, the bass player with Led Zeppelin, after the screening of Celebration Day. Right, we've got more movie talk coming up between now and the end of the programme. We'll be reviewing...